Hi, welcome. My name is Marlene. Today I wanted to play with some items from Question Beauty. I have the black primer and I have this beautiful pigment that I've seen on Instagram that I've just been dying to get my hands on. It is in the color Dark Flame. They come in these little packages. The cap is like very loose and jangly like that, but I think it's like push and turn to twist. But that is what it looks like in the container. It's like this red to black pigment that's glittery and beautiful, and I hope it's everything that I hope it is. And then I have two mascaras here. I have one in Desert Sunset, which is kind of like a reddish color. And then I have what you would call a mascara topper in the color Black Diamond. This is supposed to be a sparkly glitter topper for your eyelashes to put on top of mascara. Alternately, you can mix this with one of their mixing mediums. I do have the clear primer and I do have the liquid solution. You can mix the loose pigments with those solutions and then brush it on top of the eyelashes to get the same or similar effect as the mascara. We'll try that in a different video, but today we are just playing with these on the eyes. And then for the lips, I have this Holo Obsidian lip gloss that I can't wait to try. So let's get to playing. I'm really excited. This brand is from New Zealand, I believe. Yeah, this brand is from New Zealand. All products are cruelty-free, vegan, which is very important to me, and free from mined mica, which is also important. Each item is designed in New Zealand and packaged by hand using the finest ingredients sourced globally. It says they take pride in being 100% New Zealand owned and female founded. So I've had my eyes on this brand for a while and I finally decided to pick up a few things. If you're curious, purchasing here from the US, if you would have to pay any additional fees upon it being delivered, I think everything is included in your purchase total. I didn't have to pay any additional fees or duties or anything like that once the products got here. I just paid the amount that was in the order and that was that. So if you were curious about that, because I also had worries about it. But let's put on the black primer. I did read the instructions and it did say to apply it lightly and then go in on top with the loose pigments. Trying to be real careful not to drop that. Oh, it's so freaking beautiful. I really shouldn't have bought this, but I was feeling really down. I needed something to cheer me up and a little retail therapy to cheer me up. But I really shouldn't have. I found it was within the budget to allow myself one purchase, so this is what I ended up getting. I'm really excited for that, but I did read on the website that you're supposed to use a little bit of this. Probably not the smartest to put it on both eyes at the same time. Alright, so I'm just gonna spread that out. Oh, this is so creamy upon initial application. And this is supposed to make the glitter or whatever shimmery eyeshadow you put on top of it pop and stand out even more. But my, is this soft and very glidey and silky. Look at that. Looks like tar. I'm going to just even out the edges here, blend them out a little. This blends out very easily. And then while it's still tacky, it says to apply the product or the glitters. So after I have both of these blended out, they should be tacky enough to where I can just go in and tap on the glitter on top. I'm very excited to see what this looks like. Trying to work fast, like I said, probably wasn't the best idea to do both eyes at once. Gosh, but even this on its own, I like already love this, the way it looks. Need a little bit more up here. And I didn't use any primer or anything underneath. I tried to just finger tap whatever residue I might have had on my eyelids off before applying this on. Okay, hopefully I didn't waste too much time in between letting that get tacky. I'm gonna go in with my finger. Oh yeah, things are still tacky. This is so smooth and easy to pick up by finger too, by the way. If you were curious. Yeah, this is so soft and like creamy and very easy to pick up by hand or with your finger. This might take a little more trial and error than I was hoping for. Let me try something else. Okay, so I have the gel primer. It comes in one of those same components as the glitters here. I'm gonna take a little bit of it out, put it on the back of my hand. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of this on a brush. See if you can see what's going on here, and I'm just gonna mix it in. Probably don't have enough of that gel on there, but said this might be a little more trial and error than I was thinking it would be. I think that might be okay. Okay, I'm going back in. Yeah, for sure needs a little bit more of the gel. Ooh, that looks way better. How do I do this with one eye closed? This does dry kind of quickly. Rehydrate it a little. Also try not to go over it too much because it does start to lift off some of the existing product. Just like right here, I started lifting off some of it. That dries fairly quickly, but it dries very smooth. There's a lot of like liquid eyeshadows that I use that will make my eyelids look very crinkly and crunchy, and I hate that, and I like the texture that it leaves behind. So I'm pleasantly surprised with the texture it's leaving behind on my eyelids. I do feel like this would require a little bit more practice to get a more nicer and even coverage, but I feel like it's not too bad for my first try playing with these type of mediums. I am not very skilled at makeup. I've only been playing with makeup for a year, so I don't have too much experience with all these really fancy advanced makeup mediums or whatever you want to call them. I've used loose powders before, but I've never really got the effect I wanted from them. But this was a lot easier than I expected it to be. It does dry very fast, like I said, so you kind of have to Maybe do one eye at a time, don't do both of them like I did. Same, this was very silky. I'm not too sure if that made too much of a difference in the appearance of the eyeshadow. I feel like it might have. Let me swatch just a pure pigment on the back of my hands. But that is just the pigment on its own. Right next to it, I'm going to do a little bit of the black primer with some of the pigment on top. So I'm just going to do that, let it get a little tacky. As much as it pains me to waste this beautiful pigment, I just have to show you how it would look on the black base. This is just the pigment on its own, and this is the pigment on the black base. You get a much more powerful, potent effect. As you can see, this one just kind of has a little bit there that you can see. It does have that sheen, but it's not as like feisty as this side where you really see the effects of that black shift to that deep red, almost kind of burgundy shift that it has. But it's such a mesmerizing shift. It's kind of epic. I'm very happy with this. This is very crooked. Let me fix it. Also, just for reference, there's not a whole lot of product in here, but I feel like it might be the standard amount that you get in loose pigments. This is one from Bella Beauté Bar. This one comes with a little topper on here. I'm gonna look up the grams or however they measure these teeny tiny amounts in, and I'll list it up here and do a price comparison as to how much you get from the Question Beauty compared to the Bella Beauté Bar brand. I tried to clean it up with micellar water as the best as I could, so the edges are really rough. I'm gonna go in with some eyeshadow just to even things out a little bit, and then I'll do the mascara, but I wasn't expecting it to get this messy. Right? Is it the look I was going for? Not quite exactly, but I just went in with like a plummy eyeshadow up top. So you can see I tried to even out the edges and it did not turn out even. I will fix that in a bit. But right now I just put on some black mascara. I use the Half Magic mascara because it is a tubing mascara and it will be easier to take off. I'm going to go in the bottom lash line with Desert Sunset. It's like a reddish, I think. At least that's what it looked like kind of like this like deep red type color. I'm going to do that on my bottom lashes while the top mascara dries a bit. I feel like I'm just smearing it on my lower lash line. You can kind of see it. And of course I use my black pinky to wipe or lift the lashes up a little. Made a mess. Uh-oh. Yeah, most of that just ended up being eyeliner on the bottom lashes, so let me get a Q-tip to clean that off. Okay, so that's Desert Sunset on the bottom lashes. They got a little clumpy, and it took off my bottom eyeshadow, but that's okay. Alright, just a little black eyeliner. I would love to give this mascara another chance on the top lashes, but that is what it looks like on the bottom lashes. Now, for the top lashes, let's do the topper in the color Black Diamond. I expected it to be a little bit more juicy, a little bit more sparkly. I'm not sure I'm getting the intended sparkle on here. It's kind of happening. Can you kind of see it? Do I have to do it on the top too? It's a lot drier than I was hoping it would be. Like, I was expecting more to come off of the brush, but this is very, very dry. There is sparkle coming off though. Like, the sparkle is there. Let me look it up just to make sure that I'm using this appropriately. Okay, so I have misunderstood. The black one is not a topper. They have like a bluish one, a purplish one, a gold one, and some other color that are actually toppers. This one is meant to be a standalone mascara. But even then, it just still feels like it's a very, very dry mascara. I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna finish this look with the gloss and then I'll wash it off and then I'll do just the mascara on the lashes to make sure that it's not a dud. But right now, this is the sparkliness that I have. Can you see the sparkles? I don't know, they're like barely there. So we'll try it on bare lashes, but let me finish this look up with the gloss. Let's do the gloss. Alright, let's do a quick lip liner. This is a black glitter gloss, but I'm just going to do the Mod Beauty M147 lip liner. It's a brownish lip liner. I just like these because they're so easy to apply and very easy to take off. Holo Obsidian. Oof. Ooh, the wand kind of hurts a little. It's kind of like catching on my lips right here. This part is very, very spiky. Yeah, that really hurts as I'm applying it, so I'm going to use the back side of it. I'm not seeing a lot of sparkle. That is what the sparkle looks like in the tube, and this is what the sparkle is looking like on the lips. Ah, there it is. Okay, that's very pretty under the light, but when you're like straight on like this, when I'm looking in the mirror, right here in person, it's kind of hard to see it. It just kind of looks a little gritty. But when I do shine the light on it, then I can see the sparkle. Are you able to see it from there? It's not as like in your face sparkly as I thought it was gonna be. Like you really have to be in the right lighting to see it. I mean, it's not bad, it's just not the sparkle that I was hoping for. Alright, real quickly, I'm going to fix the unevenness of that, and then I have one more gloss to try out, because I'm kind of... I don't know, I'm a little underwhelmed by this one. But I'm going to go in with my glitter pill here. Alright, fix the lines there on it just a little bit. I've been sitting with this lip gloss and looking at it, and it just looks kind of like gritty. But I can't see the sparkle like I wanted to. Like, I want to look at it and just see, like, this level of intensity, like the glitter pill. The good thing is that they do not use anything that contains microplastics in it, so at least you know that the glitter isn't sourced from plastics. But let's do the second lip gloss and see if that one is a little bit more intense. Alright, this one is called Playful Spring. I'm hoping this one will show up a little bit more. Oh yeah. Okay, this is what I wanted from that black lip gloss. No additional light needed to get the full impact of this. In fact, the light actually just takes away from it. But let's recap on my first impressions of Question Beauty. First time trying it, for sure we'll give it another shot. After I wash this out, I will do the mascara just on its own, the black one, just to make sure I give it a fair shot, because like I said, I thought it was a topper. It's not a topper, it's a mascara on its own. Even then though, it still feels like this is very dry. But I want to give it a fair shot, and of course everything else I will play with again to make sure I actually like it and that I use things appropriately. Because I feel like a first impression is not the overall opinion. Like, you really need a lot more experience playing with things before you can actually make up your mind on whether you like something or not. And of course, wearing things a little longer, you'll see how they wear. Like creasing, I'm surprised I don't have any creasing yet, which is amazing. It's a good thing. And like I said, I really like the fact that I don't have a lot of texture on the eyelids. But for now, what are my first impressions with Question Beauty? My first time trying it. The black base primer. It's very smooth, it's very silky. It does bring out the full impact of the loose pigments. Let me bring this down. And surprisingly, it is a good base because it has not creased. I really like the feel of it, of how creamy it was. It dries down. It does dry down quickly, so you need to work quickly with it. I suggest doing one eye at a time. Don't do what I did and do both eyes at once, but it is fairly easy to work with. Like I said, my skills are very minimal. They are by no means at an expert level. Same with the clear base, the clear gel primer. This one was also very easy to work with to mix in the medium. Same with this one though, it does dry quickly, so you have to work quickly with it. The loose pigment powders, I'm really surprised with this one on how easy it was to work with. I was expecting like to open it and have like powder to go everywhere and for the glitter to just not pick up as easily. But it was really easy to work with, and I like the finish that it leaves on my eyelids. Usually I expect there to be a lot of texture with these kinds of situations here when I use like a gel primer or some kind of like gel or liquid eyeshadow, like the Danessa Myrix Chrome Flakes here. These ones usually leave really bad texture on my eyelids. It's not just these. Like the Chrome Addiction paints from Half Magic, these also leave my eyelids very textured and very heavy. Just all liquid eyeshadows leave a really bad texture on my eyelids, like a very heavy texture. And this didn't do that, and it got the color payout that I wanted and that I do like. So I did find these products to be fairly simple to work with. Like I said, it's coming from someone that's only been playing with makeup for a year. It wasn't too much of a learning curve to learn how to use those. The black lip gloss, I like the way it looks in certain lighting, but the formula is nice. It's not gritty and it's not drying, very moisturizing. This is very comfortable on the lips, and it's not traveling out. I mean, I did use the lip liner, but it's like staying in place. It's not breaking up. It's not cracking, like I said, it's not traveling through my lines. Playful Spring. This one is gorgeous. This one is giving the effect that I was hoping that that one would give. The mascaras, like I said, I do have to give them another shot. I feel like this one got too clumpy on my bottom lash line. And I feel like you can barely see the red pigment on it. So I have to try this on my top lashes. We'll do this on the top ones. Maybe after I wash it, I'll do one side with the red and one side with the black. But yeah, I would love to play with these again. Like I said, this color is insanity. This color is everything I was hoping for. I really love that really deep cherry blackness with the red. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I'm happy with my purchase and I'm happy with the products that I received. Also, shipping time wasn't that terrible. I don't think it was too much over a week for the products to get here. And like I said, the duties, the taxes, the fees, whatever, all that nonsense that we have to deal with now, it was included in my total when I paid for it online, and I didn't have to pay any additional fees when it showed up here at my doorstep. So yeah, that was my first impressions with Question Beauty. I do have a few of their other things. I have one of their palettes and a few of the other loose pigments and a highlighter, but we'll play with those another time. Thank you for hanging out with me, and hopefully I see you in another video. Bye.